Hello everyone, Ember here, and welcome back to a new video. In this one, I'm going to be taking a look at what is, in my opinion, the best new deck from Phantasmal Flames, and that is, of course, going to be the new Mega Charizard X. Now, I browsed through a lot of lists from Japan just for Mega Charizard decks, and most of them, sadly, were just like the classic Charizard X with Pidgeot, and then like one copy of Mega Charizard X, which I thought was a bit rough. Like I wanted to play more of a Mega Charizard X focus list. So I did come across this really spicy and interesting build that wasn't playing Pidgeot anyway, and was actually playing two copies of this guy, so I thought this was definitely the more interesting build to share with you guys. Also, it was playing Toedscruel, so I'm going to play Toedscruel if I have the chance. So yeah, the new Mega Charizard X has 360 HP, which is an awful lot of HP for a Mega Pokemon to have. It's pretty much the most anyone has around here, like 380 I think is the cap, but still 360 is a lot to have. Also has the attack Inferno X, which for 2 Fire Energy says discard any amount of Fire Energy from your Pokemon as you like, and you do 90 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So if you discard 4 energy, you do 360 damage, and you basically just want to KO anything that you want, basically. Now, of course, you won't get like Mega Venusaur, but the thing is, Mega Venusaur is weak to fire, so you only have to discard 2 energy. So yeah, Mega Venusaur is a very favorable matchup for this deck. And also, don't make the mistake of what I did earlier today, which is attack Mega Venusaur with this Charizard, and then watch it get one-shotted. That was a bit sad. So yeah. Also, this deck still plays this Charizard X because it's very useful for getting energy into play. It also just evolves from the same Pokemon, so it's very easy to slot into the deck. And on top of this, Burning Darkness is just a very efficient attack. Once your opponent has, say, taken a prize card and then knocked out a Mega Charizard, you can start just one-shotting a lot of Pokemon with Burning Darkness. So even though I know that a lot of people out there are like a bit sick of this card, a bit sick of seeing it on the ladder and things, it is still a really good card in this deck, and you do kind of have to play it. Now, I'm not playing the new Oricorio, you may have noticed, because of this, but you could play Oricorio if you're really fancied. I just don't really think it's necessary. Not when this deck only plays 9 energy, and 8 basic Fire Energy is not a lot really, so I don't think Oricorio is super worth it, and this list wasn't running it anyway, so yeah. That's what I'm going for. Also, the latest new card addition to the deck is this Moltres with Fighting Wings. For a single Fire Energy, does 20. And if your opponent's active Pokemon happens to be in EX, you do 110 instead. So it's not the greatest move ever, you're never one-shotting anything with this. But it does mean you can soften something up for another blow or finish it off. So, if, for example, you swing into a Mega Pokemon, they swing into you, you might want to retreat and just KO them with Moltres. Sometimes it's probably not worth it to do that. You're better off just leaving your active Pokemon just in the active spot. But sometimes you will want to retreat into Moltres and finish them off. But also, if your opponent has just KO'd one of your powerful Pokemon, and it's okay, I now need to wait another turn before I get another attack going, it's nice just to have Moltres here to finish something off. So yeah, I do like Moltres in that sense. Also, if you're not familiar with Dudunsparce, it's basically just you shuffle this Pokemon back into your deck and draw 3 cards, which is fantastic. It's just a very easy to play draw engine. I'm also playing the Dunsparce with Free Retreat, which is very useful, as you'll see in the match that I've recorded. Free Retreat over retreat cost of 1 is so much better. So yeah, I always play Free Retreat, even if it has slightly less HP. So yeah, I'll definitely say this Dunsparce is worth it. And also, if you don't know what Toedscruel does, it has the ability Slime Mold Colony, which says cards in your opponent's discard pile can't be put into their hand by effects of your opponent's abilities or trainers. So Night Stretcher doesn't work, which is great. So if your opponent burns through too many Pokemon or energy and they're playing 4 copies of Night Stretcher, then yeah, that's not going to help them at all. So yeah, Toedscruel is fantastic for that. I'm also playing this little Toedscruel just because it has a single energy attack cost for colorless. Most Toedscruels attack for grass energy, so I was okay, I'll just play this one. Plus it means I can have loads of different types in my deck. So yeah, that's kind of it for Pokemon. As for trainers, there's nothing really too crazy here. Battle Cage is quite nice, just turns off Monkey Dory, which is cool, I guess. As for the rest of them, really nothing that crazy, Full Day Determination. I'm not playing Dawn in this deck, which is definitely, I think, worth considering, but I am playing 4 copies of Hilda, and Hilda's just been great for finding the Dunsparce, because it's basically your draw engine for draw 3, but it does also guarantee an energy, so you're not just relying on Charizard X for that energy acceleration. You can always guarantee trying to find energy and just attaching it. So Hilda's really nice. And 2 Super Rod also just help with that as well. So yeah, that's kind of it for trainers. Nothing really to talk about here, just very simple and basic. As for the energy though, we are playing the A-Spec Enriching Energy, which is a bit of an awkward ace spec, I think, to play at first, because on the one hand, it only provides colorless energy, so like your main attackers all attack for 2 fire energy or 1 fire energy, which is a bit rough. But there will be times where you can just slap this on any Pokemon, draw 4 cards, and it's nice, right? You just want more cards in your hand with this deck. Like if your opponent starts like dropping Ionos like crazy in the late game, it does get a bit annoying, so I would also be careful like with just evolving the Dunsparce's late game. Like I'd try and leave at least 2 Dunsparces in play at all times, just as a bit of a safety net, really. But yeah, let me know what you think about Mega Charizard X down below. Hopefully you enjoy today's game. And yeah, thank you for watching. Kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. They are a bit more efficient than we are. Okay, so they get a Dusclops. That's absolutely fine. Research, okay. Right, no switch and Pokemon, please. Drillbur for the dig. Okay. I mean, what could we do with this hand? Because we need a bit more in terms of energy to KO Mega Lucario with Inferno X. We don't really have enough. We need 1 more. So what we actually need is we need a regular Charizard X. That's what we actually need. If we could get a regular Charizard X, that would be good. Okay, so I think I'm going to change up the plan. Because they didn't actually switch and attack with Riolu, I think what I'm going to do here then is boss the Riolu. Could have removed Dusclops, which is a perfectly acceptable thing to do as well. But I think this is also an okay strategy. I think I'll put energy down here, actually. Yeah, we'll do that. So we will Inferno X. Choosing this energy here. Discard that. Now we get rid of Riolu, which puts us in a good spot, but we still need to be careful. Because if our opponent has any way of like getting another energy this turn, then that's a bit of a pain. Yeah, here's Drillbur. So sadly, we don't have a way of bossing around Drillbur. That's fine, evolve here. So it might be a case of using Hilda for the Dunsparce. Although we could get if we top deck a Rare Candy or something, then that'd be good. Yeah, if we could get that, then that'd be good. So my opponent benches a Mew EX, which is actually pretty good for us, because it means if we KO Lucario, we only have to boss Mew to win, which could be good. So yeah, they want energy down Riolu. We kind of just want a boss, but we don't have means of finding boss. So maybe we get lucky, we top deck the Dunsparce or boss, but somehow I don't think that's going to be happening. Just don't see the look of the cards, to be honest. I will probably get a Dudunsparce off Hilda though. Okay, they go for the Mega Zard, that's fine. Right, boss's orders one time. Oh, Toedscruel. Fine, so be it. I guess Toedscruel's kind of useful. My turn. Yeah, I guess Toedscruel's fine. Means they can't recycle some Pokemon. Yeah, if we had Rare Candy, I would have loved to be able to save this guy, but I don't know. Right, that's Hilda. Gonna get this because I want some more resources. Let's not do that. Now, I would love to see a Charmeleon, really. Charmeleon would be lovely. No Charmeleon. We might not want another Dudunsparce necessarily, but we should be fine. We should be good. Energy. I'm trying to think with prizes. I think we're honestly okay to just take another KO here, actually. Put this down even though I think it's a bit useless. Put that down here. Get another prize. See what happens here. So there's another Mega Zard. Not super useful though, because like we still want the other Zard as well. Like the other Zard is kind of important. I think I might be throwing the game here, to be honest, doing that. I probably should have just like ran away to a Dunsparce. Yeah, I probably should have just done that. The thing is though, they can't use back-to-back Mega Braves. So it's not as if they can go like Mega Brave, Premium Power Pro, knock out Charizard X next turn. Because I think Charizard X is probably the one that we want to use. So yeah, Mega Charizard goes down. Actually, you have for a retreat. Go on Toedscruel and do your thing. I mean, not bad, I guess. Yoink. Ooh, spicy. So I think we have to get this one. For this guy. The question is, do we have 3 energy left in deck? Because we were running kind of low, actually. We don't. Yeah, that was a bit greedy. Energy down that guy. And then, I mean, why not? Risk it for a biscuit. It's not what I needed. Get some energy back, get a Zard back. Just because I don't necessarily need anything at all in this hand. I mean, I will Poffin. Get that down. Oh, Lillie's determination. Fez. I mean, Fez is risky though. Iono, I guess. Fez is just a bit risky, I think. But yeah, if they knock us out, they knock us out, right? Yeah, Infernal Rain. I suppose not being able to Ultra Ball for the Dunsparce there means we can't, like, further dig for boss necessarily, but they might just, well, I mean, they can't do anything with this guy until it's retreated, so they have to have a switch. If they have a switch in a Premium Power Pro, then, like, GG's, I guess. But, like, we also win if we get energy plus a Mega Charizard. So, like, yeah, Mega Charizard plus energy wins us with this guy. So we'll see what they do. So yeah, that's enough to do that. I mean, that's just a waste. that was already enough. Okay, I see what you're going for. I see how it is. Interesting. I'm surprised they spent all of them at once, actually. I mean, did they not have a switch? Or are they just trying to thin for a switch? Energy on Mew feels very greedy as well. I think having Toedscruel has actually really helped us, because like they've just not been able to recover anything. Like anything super relevant. Yeah, Toedscruel I think has actually been like an MVP here. Yeah, we'll see what they get. Okay, so there's Hariyama. That is a bit of a rip, but like, I still think we've got this with Charizard X. My boy? You knocking out my boy? Knocking out the mushroom? Interesting. Well, that's weird. Surely I should be blocking that, right? Yeah, why did the game let them play Night Stretcher if Toedscruel... Yeah, I don't get that. That's weird. Okay, so there's a switch. So if you had the switch, why did you not just KO Zard? Curious. That is very curious. I think they've panicked and ran away. Are they trying to bait me out into attacking with Charizard X because they have one more Premium Power Pro left? Is that what's going on here? I mean, I don't think we need to do anything, actually. I think we're fine to just sit for a bit. We can sit and chill, I think. We don't need to do much. That's what we needed. Go away, Gravity Mountain. Right, we have another energy. They don't have a Hariyama. I don't think we need to put an energy down. I will put an energy there, actually. Yep, now we just pass. Now we just pass. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to attack. We don't need to wait for them to respond. We don't need to do anything at all. We can literally just pass. I wonder if they thought they could use Night Stretcher if Toedscruel was in the active spot. I wonder. That would make sense, wouldn't it? I think they thought that this ability only worked when it was on the bench. Okay, so they have their own boss. Sure. My boy has free retreat. This is why I play the free retreat Dunsparce. Yeah, Hariyama getting stuck. If Hariyama had like a lower retreat cost and you could just Air Balloon it, this deck would be so much better. But yeah, I think Hariyama being a bit too beefy is going to, yeah, Yeah, it lost my opponent the game, I think. But yeah, we'll boss. I think I could have played that a bit better, to be honest. But I think overall, like, Mega Charizard did what it needed to do, applied some pressure in the early game, and also sets up Burning Darkness quite nicely. So yeah, we could have like got the Megazard off Hilda and then finished with a Megazard attack, but kind of just wasting time at that point.